Hi, this is Taylor Garrison, and I'm going to be doing proof number 2. We are given that DENI is a rhombus. This rhombus is bisected by line segment DN. We are trying to prove that line segment DN bisects angle D and angle N. Based on the properties of a rhombus, we know that angle I and angle E are congruent because the opposite angles of a rhombus are congruent. So we also know that angle D and angle N are congruent as well. We also know that all of the sides are congruent because it is a rhombus. We also know that line segment DN is congruent to line segment DN because it is the same line segment. Now I will mark the given information. So angle I is congruent with angle E because the opposite angles of a rhombus are congruent. So that also means angle D is congruent with angle N. And as I said before, line segment DN is congruent to line segment DN because it is the same line segment. And all of the sides are congruent because it is a rhombus. Now I'm going to redraw the diagram so it'll be easier to see. So we know that angle N is congruent with angle N because it is the same angle. We also know that angle I and angle E are congruent to each other. We also know that angle D is congruent with angle D because it is the same angle. And we also know that line segment DN is congruent to line segment DN because it is the same line segment. And all the sides are congruent because it is a rhombus. Because we know that all the angles are congruent to each other by CPCTC, because they are congruent to each other, it means that they are evenly split. And because that they are evenly split, we can prove that line segment DN bisects angle D and angle N. So now we can finally prove that line segment DN bisects angle D and angle N.